Hello and welcome back to another episode of Men Matter Scotland's podcast. I'm joined by
Martin.
And I'm Peter, and today in the podcast we're going to be talking about International Men's Day. A big event coming up next week on the 19th of November. What do you think about that, Martin?
It's a positive thing, isn't it? There's always this stigma around men and celebrating it, so it is good to have a positive day to celebrate it as well.
Definitely, mate. But before we get into that, we're going to do a regular check-in with each other and ask the question of what is your battery at. So Martin, what's your battery at?
My mental health battery day is 90%. I got a decent sleep last night, looking forward to the day and going to the gym tonight, so all positive stuff.
Nice one.
What were you?
My battery today is sitting about 85%. I'm glad October's out the way because that was a really stressful month for me, so I'll probably sit about 60, 70 around about October, but now we're in November. I've ticked a lot of boxes off. I'm sitting about 85 and starting to kind of, the lights at the end of the tunnel, if you will.
Getting yourself sorted before the Christmas dash.
Just try to get the to-do list done, do you know what I mean? See with uni, with life, with small business and family stuff. Just try to tick off the right boxes, mate, and they're getting ticked. Even though it's stressful, still getting it done, so.
Do you find that helps you having a sort of tick list of things you need to get done, and just when you see yourself ticking them off, you can find yourself moving forward?
So, see, I'm the kind of person, Martin, right, who I store all the information in my head, and it's not written down anywhere, and I forget stuff, I get confused about stuff, I like, people say I agree to stuff and I've totally forgot about it. It's quite confusing and frustrating.
Sounds familiar.
So, when I started doing to-do lists, it just made a massive difference to my life. Like, I could actually tick out, that's why I was doing that wee kind of imaginary air tick, because it just makes such a difference. So, if you're like me and you forget stuff all the time, or you're a really busy person, start doing to-do lists or get a bash at least, it might just change your life. So, because it has changed mine.
There's a good few apps as well. I think there's a Microsoft to-do apps as well, so there's plenty of apps you can get out there and just fill it in yourself. Once you see those ticks, it's quite satisfying, isn't it?
But do you know what, it actually is satisfying, because again, I procrastinate a lot, especially with mobile phones. I was sitting on my phone, I was doing an essay the other night, and I was sitting scrolling my phone, and I was talking on WhatsApp to my pals were like, Peter, get off your phone and do your essay. So, a pure doom scroller and procrastinator. So if you're writing like me, man, get yourself a to-do list and try and stick to it. So that's how I've been, mate. That's how I've been. Moving forward, mate, so we're going to talk about International Men's Day. A really important day, right? And locally in Drumchapel, on International Women's Day, there's a big celebration of it. And at Men Matter Scotland, we want to be part of the kind of team moving forward to celebrate Men's Day, International Men's Day, and celebrate all good things about men. So we're going to have a wee conversation about that today, Martin. And we've got a wee agenda up here, so we see us looking up here, we're just looking at our agenda.
Get them a peek behind the curtain.
I know, mate, we'll gaze behind the scenes at some point, right? So Martin, why is it important we celebrate men?
Well, every day in Men Matter Scotland's International Men's Day, in it, because there's always somebody struggling, but there's always, like I said earlier, there's a stigma around men and how they shouldn't talk and all that, and if you have days like this, it sort of highlights that there is this toxic masculinity that's often talked about, but we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about the good stuff guys do, and that is why this day is important, because it can celebrate men. Men is equally as important to women. This isn't about who's good or who's bad, but it's just a day to highlight these things. There's loads of these days out there, but it gives that one day we can maybe take a wee step back and think about people that are important to you or that have helped you along the way.
100%, mate. And I think as well it's also a good wee day to recognise for everybody who's got a man in their life what it is that you love about them, why it is you think they're amazing and deserve to be celebrated. We're dead easy, especially in communities like Drumchapel, to look at the negative stuff about each other, not just men but in general. But I think in days like International Men's Day and International Women's Day, it's like birthdays effectively. You celebrate people on their birthday, and that's what you do in these days as well. You celebrate people. So on International Men's Day, for everybody out there, think about the men in your life and why you love them and why you want to celebrate them. And if you're brave enough, tell them as well. Let them know why you appreciate them and stuff like that. So that's something I hope really happens. But on this episode, we've been out and about, Martin, talking to people in the streets with Clydebank, Drumchapel, Glasgow University, and in Men Matter as well, speaking to guys about, we'll ask them 3 questions. So we've asked them 3 questions and they will give us a view on it, and the questions are very simply, what makes you happy, tell us why you're amazing, and we'll come to that later on in the episode, when Big Paul comes in to tell us how that went. And the last question was tell us what would you say to somebody who's struggling right now. So I'm going to actually ask you, Martin, the 3 questions if that's cool.
Go for it, mate.
Right? We're the planning this anyway. So Martin, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? A lot of things. My partner makes me happy. She's great, Lisa. I've got my dog, I've got my family, I've got my mum, my niece, my brother and that. My pals make me happy. I'm a big football fan, so when my football team's good, that makes me happy. I go to the gym, try and keep fit, that keeps me on top of things, but I also do a lot of wee things like meditate and stuff like that, and find it's the wee things that I do that keep me on top of the big things, so there's plenty that makes me happy. What about you?
What makes me happy is being able to do the things that I like to do. Like for example, I went and played badminton last night. Like, it's not a big massive thing, but I was playing badminton with my pals. And you get that socialisation happening. You also get to play some sports, keep yourself fit and have a laugh at beating your pals. Doing things like completing tasks. See about 2 years ago, it's pure daft, right? But I'd put off fixing my curtain reel for years and it done my nothing, right? That's the procrastination kicks in. So we had people up at New Year a couple of years ago and I fixed it in 5 minutes. And how delighted I was at that. Just looking straight was unbelievable.
I read that if a task's going to take less than 5 minutes, just do it there and then you find yourself more productive.
100%, because it sits in your head. It sat in my head for 2 years.
Yeah, it just adds on to a list of things you need to do then.
So things like that make me happy. So there's loads of other things, but I won't go over it.
Just before we move on, I think it's important there. I mentioned like my partner, the dog and all that, and it's important to have people in your life that make you happy, but not to rely on them for your own happiness. Happiness has to come from within, and that's why I need to look after myself as well, and talk to people, look after myself, make sure I'm eating okay, make sure I'm exercising. That keeps me going.
100%. I totally agree with that. I think your self-worth comes again from yourself, no external factors. That validation for others, you can't rely on that. If you're relying on that, then how do you know if you like yourself or not? Because you're basing that off other people's opinions, what their vision of you is. So the next question, Martin, is what would you say to somebody who's struggling right now? Because I want to keep the amazing one to last week.
Right. For me, it's always reach out and ask for help. It's something that I previously maybe struggled with, and a lot of guys will probably struggle with, women as well, but it's that reach out and speak to somebody, because it's that, if you're talking about a task to do and all that, and that gets on top of you, imagine if things are you're really struggling and you're just holding it all in. It's like when we do in the talk group in here, anything off your chest, how's your week been? Just simple questions that get you talking about things. So for me, it's always reach out, and from working at Men Matter and being in the charity sector over the years, what I've found meeting people like yourself that do stuff for the youths or other charities or other organisations through Men Matter as well as Men Matter, there's loads of people out there willing to help people, and I think it's great that there's that. Sometimes we just don't know where to go, but that first reach out where you can ask somebody, I need some help or I need some support, could set you on a path where you get yourself out of it. It's not about relying on other people, but you need support from some people all at the time. So I would always say reach out if you are struggling, because there are people willing to help you.
I would just, again, because I know you asked me the same question, I would reiterate what you've just said, Martin, as well. And I would also try and have a wee reflection on why I'm feeling this. So see if you can, again, always, if you can't do this yourself, speak to people, definitely, especially come to Men Matter or groups like it, but try and, if you can identify yourself, what is the issue here? What is the problem? What is making me feel this way? And if you can identify it, because I think sometimes that's the big issue, is not knowing why you feel this way, and that's how experience I've had. So, but I think once you can identify why you feel a certain way, you can then take steps towards changing that.
And it's about as well identifying, because you're in a good place or because maybe you feel a bit better, doesn't mean you're not going to get sad, doesn't mean you're not going to get angry, doesn't mean you're not going to get frustrated, but it's about being aware that you feel that and going, right, I'm feeling sad. Sometimes you just need to sit with that and then sit and figure out, so what's making me feel sad, and then you can go, that's the problem, right, then we can start looking at solutions, whereas sometimes we just get completely lost in it and we don't know what's causing it or why we feel like this. But that's the problem, isn't it? Is why Men Matter exists, it's why your groups exist. We're never really taught to deal with emotions. You're just out there at school all the time, then you leave school and it's just off you go. And we're never really taught, here, you're going to get emotions, here's how to try and deal with them positively.
100%, man. I'm going to digress a wee bit, right? Just briefly. I had a phone call from my daughter's school, and she's been late in the morning a couple of times, right? So I had a conversation with a teacher, just touching on what you're talking about, how we're taught to deal with emotion stuff, how we're not taught to deal with it. And the teacher says, because she was late for registration, she said to me, she just an off-the-cuff comment, she went, I mean, we're trying to prepare them for the workforce. And then as soon as she said that, I'm like, it didn't sit well with me. It's like a wee conveyor belt of mass-produced robots.
Aye.
That's
for
that
life it should be.
It should be preparing them for life and also widening their horizons to live their dreams. It's not, for me, school shouldn't be about, I know it is for the workforce, I know it is, but for a teacher to actually say that out loud really took me by surprise. So I'm actually going to raise it when I go to parents' evening, because that statement didn't sit well with me. It still doesn't sit well with me. I think school should be a place to kind of, for young people to identify what their passion is, what they love doing, what they want to do. And again, of course they're going to work. People have to work, right? We live in a society where that's the case, and that's cool. But just, it almost came across as this just generic workforce. They live in this SIND area, there's the kind of glass ceiling kind of thing. That's what we're doing with these kids. Get them at 9 o'clock, get them out at 3 o'clock. And I'm like, it just doesn't sit well with me.
It's regimented in it, and there is of course merit to it as well, isn't there? That we can't just be turning up when we want to things and then think we can stroll in anywhere, but there's obviously a balance to be had. And when I think back to my time at school, did I find what I wanted to do? Did I follow my passions at school? No, I didn't, and I don't know if that was me or it was a lack of encouragement, but it seems to me it might be, hopefully it is a bit better at trying to get people into stuff they enjoy, because school's not going to be for everybody, not everybody's going to be academic, but in this day and age that doesn't mean you can't be successful or happy, because there's so many more creative outlets for people to find their way in life, isn't there?
Yeah, just take a quick look at TikTok, you see people want to be creative. People are talking about, people are doing kind of making careers that are making food, doing sports, wearing clothes, going to hotels, travelling the world. People are making careers at this. So, but I did say what I was digressing a wee bit, so we'll come back to International Wednesday, right? So, I want to ask you, what kind of guys in your life do you want to acknowledge now and celebrate on International Wednesday?
So I would always, the first person when you ask that would always be my dad. He's sadly no longer with us, but he's the sort of first male role model I've got. He's obviously from my dad. He's learned from his dad, I'm learning from my dad. Now my dad was a great dad, but he obviously wasn't perfect. There was flaws to him like everybody else, but if I can learn from his flaws and take the good stuff from him, then it means I can go forward. And I think that's kind of an important thing, is everybody can be a role model. It doesn't have to be always a good thing. If you see somebody like a teacher or a football coach or somebody you know, and there's something you don't like about them, you can learn from that and take away, that's not how I'm going to be, and you can do something different to them.
And I guess you can kind of see if people are doing something kind of maybe not appropriate or something kind of you say is wrong, Martin, you can still take stuff away from that, can't you?
Yeah, you can, and that's the way I try and look at it. But my dad was a good role model for me, and he'd always try and help people. He was always trying to be a fun guy, and for me, being a big football fan, that's how we bonded, was him taking me to the game, and then later on towards the end I got to take him to the game as well. So my dad would always be the first one, but as well, like, I've got a lot of good people in my life. I'm lucky. I've got my uncle, who's my dad's brother, and I've got my own brother who are good people. But as well in here, Fraser's an inspiration to me. And here, I can always use him as somebody that he's proved to me that anybody can change if they want to. They just have to put the work into themselves. And when you look around at Men Matter, it's full of positive role models that have changed their life around for the better, whether it be Nev, whether it be any of the staff, Andy, whether it be Pat, John, you could go through every single person in here and say, I can take things away from everybody in here. They're positive, they've all had their own journeys and they've all went through things that they've had to change things around and put the work into themselves. And even the volunteers and members in here, this place is full of good role models that you can point to.
Definitely, man. I think you're right, mate. For me, on International Men's Day, the first person that kept my head right is my wee mate, Jerry, who's just changed career after 14 years, right? In a job he absolutely hated, right, for 14 years. And he made the decision to make a change. And I love that.
Aye.
See that level of self-awareness, but also the bravery involved in that. Because he's leaving a guaranteed wage, right, to go and do his own driving school. So he's now a driving instructor.
Nice.
And he spent a lot of money getting trained up, he put a lot of time in getting trained up, balancing 2 jobs, going and doing Saturday training and stuff like that. He's a dad, he's a husband as well. And I think for me, I want to really acknowledge that in anybody who's got the courage and the kind of determination to make a change in their life for themselves and their families. Because by Jerry making the changes, he's now getting more family time with his kid, time with his wife. And again, if working in Men Matter doesn't tell us anything, there's a lot of time short on this planet, you know what I mean? And I think to really spend time with people you love and makes you need to make changes sometimes, even though they're scary. And I want to just acknowledge wee Jerry's change. But again, like you say, there's boats in here, there's Wally celebrating 2 years sober today. Do you know what I mean? And there's other examples like that in this organisation.
Yeah, the place is full of it, and like with your mate Jerry as well, it's that having that sort of bravery to go, right, I can either keep doing this and be unhappy, or I can try and make a positive change. And if it's something he wants to do, the likelihood is it will work out because he's willing to put the effort and the energy and the passion into it, isn't he? But if you're just wandering along in a job just for the wage, at some point you're going to come unstuck, aren't you? And it's just not going to feel right.
Well, there's no liberty there, there's no freedom. If you're in an employment, and again, I know there'll be loads of people watching this who will feel they're stuck in that position, and it's scary to make that jump.
Yeah, it's not easy either, is it?
It's not easy. You've got responsibilities, and again, and that's not to say people who don't make that jump aren't brave, right? Because it's brave to stay in a job you hate, man. That takes a lot, that says a lot about you, by the way. But I just on International Men's Day, I wanted to acknowledge that bravery for wee Jerry boy to leave that job he hated, and you'll say in the mundane, just going about the motions, to make such a positive change for himself and his family.
Well, if he's going to be happier in his job, he's going to be better for his family, isn't he?
Of course he is, mate. And his quality of life will improve as well, by proxy. So if there's anybody out there who's looking for a wee Jerry driving instructor, PM me. So this weekend, Martin, and last week, sorry, we have started a wee social media team here at Men Matter. And some of our guys went down to Clydebank Shopping Centre, and Drumchapel Shopping Centre, and Glasgow University, and in Men Matter Scotland. They went interviewed guys and asked them the 3 questions. Big Paul is one of our staff members here, and he went out with Don.
Yep.
And was it Donald? Don and Donald?
Just Don, I think.
Just Don.
Andy went as well.
Big Andy.
Yeah.
So the first one you'll see is in Clydebank Shopping Centre. So we're going to go there right now, see Big Paul talking to the guys, and I hope you enjoy this wee segment.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Andy. What's your name? Don. What it is obviously I'm part of Men Matter Scotland. Obviously we're a charity for men with mental health and suicide prevention. What it is coming up for Men's International Day on the 19th of November, and we're just out to ask a few questions and all that for our social medias. So thank you for sitting down.
Thank you for having me.
So, what makes you happy?
My kids, Christmas, I'll say more of the food. When it comes to Christmas, the food.
What advice would you give to somebody that's struggling with mental health issues?
Well, first and first is you first. You need to find a way to appreciate yourself. Then you also need to find an environment. I call it 2-factor authentication, you and the environment. So you need to be around people who appreciate you as well. That has a way to affect you where you start seeing that you're also awesome. So environment, but you put yourself first.
Thank you, my man. How you doing? I'm Andy.
I'm Alex.
I'm from Men Matter Scotland. Obviously, we're out here trying to promote Men's International Day. on the 19th of November. So we're just stopping passer-bys like yourself and ask a few questions. So what's your name?
My name's Alex Gray. I'm originally from Devon. I've been up here 11 years.
Is that where the accent's coming through then?
Aye.
No worries. So, asking a few questions, what makes you happy?
The one thing that makes me happy is spending time with my family, getting out, and doing stuff. I like to keep myself occupied. It's one thing that keeps me more happier in that.
Aye, good. And like another big question we ask everybody is like, what advice could you give to somebody if they were struggling with mental health?
I would advise someone to actually trying to find a way to get help if they can. Even if it's like a guy in that lot, I'll probably mention like men matters, but even trying to get some help to do whatever they're dealing with. That's myself. I've been told to come to get help, which I do need help because I'm having a hard job to trying to control the way my emotions are, especially with my anger. My main problem is my anger. I can't seem to control it. It is really, really difficult.
So maybe you can come and see us at one point as well. We're always welcoming, and obviously there's no pressure in obviously doing nothing that you don't want to do. But you're saying yourself there, like, a wee bit of anger. I suffered with that myself. So obviously, like I know we can overcome that and obviously get the peace back into your life.
So sometimes it's quite difficult when you're trying to control yourself. It's like I'm trying not to use my anger against my family because it's not the right thing to do. But it's like something that triggers my anger and I just blow up like a... It's like basically people saying, oh, you're just a Jack and Hyde or you're a Quicksilver. That's what mine is. But I don't know how to control that without myself getting to that stage.
So see, and when we would help you identify where that problem comes from, so as you can obviously accept the situation and obviously get the help to overturn that, so as you have got more patience in situations and obviously you can take more a bit of advice and stuff.
What's your name, mate?
I'm Mark Hardy.
Mark, pleased to meet you. I'm Paul, by the way.
Right.
So I'm from Men Matter Scotland, a men's mental health and suicide prevention charity up in Drumchapel, but we do all over Glasgow and Scotland. The reason why we're here today is we're filming for International Men's Day, and thank you very much for having the courage to sit down and talk to us.
Aye, that's fine. But, no.
Aye. So what my first question's going to be is, what makes you happy, mate?
Nothing. Struggling with mental health.
Right.
My dad died 4 years ago. He was my hero in my life. When he died, it just went straight downhill.
Right.
So.
And have you been searching for happiness ever since? Have you been trying to kind of get back from that?
I've been trying, but I can't get there.
Right.
It's just so hard. I wake up in the morning and if I'm in a good mood, then my day's no bad. If I wake up in a bad mood, just think how to end it kind of thing.
And when you say good moods there, what do you feel when you're in a good mood then? What if your day goes good? What's good about it?
No thinking about suicide.
Right. And that's a major thing, isn't it?
Aye.
And you live with that every day.
I live it every day.
Aye. But you don't need to do it alone, mate. So again, we've got similar stories and stuff like that as well, and we talk about happiness, and a lot of people when I ask the question, what do you want to be, they'll say peaceful instead of happy, because they want peace.
Yeah.
And that's something that maybe you're searching for.
Yeah.
So it's something that we certainly help with, and again, we'll have a wee chat afterwards and stuff like that, if that's all right.
Aye.
Also what I ask as well, what advice would you give other people struggling?
Come to use, get help. Just talk.
Aye. So talking's major.
Aye.
We've been taught how not to talk, how to bottle things up, how to be the man.
Yep.
Generational stuff that's now affecting us today. When we want to talk, there's need to be safe spaces to talk and stuff like that.
Aye, definitely.
It's amazing that you've sat down with a complete stranger today to talk about it, because it shows that something's attracted you to here, something's wanted you to talk and be engaged with us as well, which is amazing, because again, there is places out here like Men Matter Scotland that are here for you, and you're no alone. That's the thing that we want. You're not alone. You're not the only person going through suicidal ideation or thoughts or anything like that. But there is things that can help you. All right. What's your name?
Phil.
Phil. I'm Paul.
Paul.
So thank you for sitting down with us. So do you know anything about Men Matter Scotland?
Just the brief that I've received from all of you so far.
For the boys. So we are a men's mental health and suicide prevention charity, and why we're here today is to celebrate International Men's Day, because we believe men should be celebrated, and we're here to do so. So the question I've asked quite a few guys a day is, what makes you happy?
Well, it's the simple things in life. You know, hearing a child laugh,
Yep.
playing in the rain.
Yeah.
You know, just when you see something that'll make, for no reason, you know, like you'll see a bird flying,
Yeah.
you just get a smile on your face, no reason, just something that, out of the doom and gloom of our nice winters, you know, just makes you smile for no reason.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're smiling while you're saying it, which is amazing to see. And I think that's amazing because so many people nowadays overlook that. It's the simple sunrises, it's the beautiful sunsets, it's the rain,
Yeah.
it's getting wet.
I mean,
Too many people are scared of getting wet.
we should really celebrate the rain more because of the amount we get. You know?
Aye, 100%.
You can't avoid it, so you might as well
Yeah.
be happy in it. you
Aye,
know?
and somebody always says to me, the skin's waterproof.
Yeah.
It's just your clothes, so it's no the bad weather, it's bad clothing.
Yeah.
But
You know,
I don't
it's
even know who
not-
said that actually, but yeah, simple things should be celebrated more, I would say.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that.
No, that's all right.
Also, what advice would you give somebody else struggling out there? Another guy?
Today is not your last day, and
Right.
it's not your worst day.
Yep.
But you'll never know how much better tomorrow will be unless you survive today. And you know, it doesn't matter how you survive it, for as long as you don't do something that you'll regret
Yeah.
later.
Yep.
Because one person's bad day is not the end of their world.
Yeah.
It's not the last day, it's not the end of the world.
100%.
Even though the good days are few, there are more good days than bad.
Yeah. And there can be more good days. There can be.
You know, there's... You know, people think suicide is selfish. It's not. It just hurts all the wrong people
Yeah.
and does nothing for you.
Yeah. And it's a permanent solution, sorry, to temporary problems, I would say.
Yeah.
100%. And I get that as well. I get it. And so many guys that I've spoke to were feeling like that as well, and now they've got that next step where they're actually doing things in life that they're happy with and that make them happy. You're smiling, you're laughing. I love this, man. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me and coming out your comfort zone, because that's where the beauty is. This is we golden nuggets is out our comfort zone. It's amazing. So thank you very much.
That's all right.
Thank you. Hey, what's your name, Woody?
Ali.
Ali.
Ali, nice to meet you, man.
You too, mate, you too. So thank you very much for coming sitting down. So
bother.
what we're doing is we're filming for Men Matter Scotland, right? On International Men's Day we're going to bring this out. And what we've got is a couple of questions, right? So what makes you happy, man?
Always so happy. Been a good routine, I would say. Having friends and family about me, being able to engage with them.
Yeah?
Wasn't really that kind of engaging guy beforehand, but I've had a lot of things done in my past.
Yep.
Felt so a lot closer to my mum and my family and that,
Yeah.
friends especially, so
That's amazing.
aye.
I mean, you say routines then, what's really helped you in your routine to give you that
Been
good...
back at work,
Right?
at work, having a purpose to get up for.
Aye.
I would say basically in general just that.
Aye.
Aye.
And that's amazing, mate. That's absolutely amazing to hear and
Aye.
see. And another question I want to ask you, obviously, with people out there struggling, what would your message be to them? If you could give them something, a wee bit of hope or a wee nugget, what would it be?
Don't give up.
Don't give
Don't give up. It seems hard to do. It's going through an eye of a storm, but it gets better.
Aye.
It gets better. Just keep on holding to that hope.
Aye.
That means it's not going to be forever.
Aye. 100%. And
There's always going to be a light. That
Yeah.
means so. You might be going through the eye of a storm. Might seem pretty awful to do, but there's always a light at the end of it.
yeah, 100%.
Just keep on going.
And thank you for your courage stepping up
Yeah,
today,
No
coming
problem.
and seeing us and stuff.
No
So
worries.
thank you very much.
All good, mate.
So welcome back, guys. Paul, Andy, Don, thank you so much, guys, for going and doing that. Martin, we're going to move on for that for a wee second. Again, sticking on the International Men's Day theme. There's some amazing guys here at Men Matter Scotland, right? We always say that. But Fraser, in the last month or so, has been getting ready for Christmas. Can you tell us what's been happening?
Yeah, it seems as though it gets to the 1st of November and it kicks into the Christmas drive, but every year at Men Matter we do a Christmas toy drive where we appeal to people like yourselves to hand in new toys for any families that are struggling to provide Christmas presents for their kids. So we try and do any kid up to the sort of age of 16, male or female, and we'll get the presents in, we'll get them for the sort of age group, and we'll divide them out between people that are struggling so we can get everybody's opening something on Christmas Day. So we've ran it successfully over the last few years. Fraser's brilliant at doing it, he gets it all organised, and last year, I can't remember, but over the years it's now into thousands of families that we've helped that are struggling to provide presents for their kids. So it's a brilliant thing to do. If you can help in any way, whether it's donating money, donating toys, please do so, but we'll get more information about it and you can check it out on the Men Matter Facebook and all that as well.
That's amazing, isn't it, mate?
Aye.
It really is amazing. And again, see things like this, it really drives home how authentic Men Matter's vision is to supporting people in it. So a big thanks to Fraser and the team who are doing it. And again, on International Men's Day, we're celebrating men, how amazing men are. That's just a group of guys who want to make a difference in people's lives, total strangers, but they recognise how difficult it is at Christmas, and they want to just make sure every child who comes in contact with us via social media or in person, wakes up to at least a gift on Christmas Day, which won't always be the case for many families across the country, sadly. So well done to all the boys who are organising that.
Get another thank you to do, don't we? So we are very lucky here that we get a lot of support and help from a lot of other charities and businesses, and one of the businesses that's helped us for years now, the whole time I've been here anyway, is the Havana Roofing Group. The Havana Roofing Group, Stevie and Joe Malone are a couple that run the Havana Group. They're brilliant, they get us in to speak to their guys, they're always trying to help out their staff and they're always trying to help out us as well, and over the years they've done loads of things. They've donated money, they've came to charity events for us, they've gifted us things, but just recently their generosity has increased, and what they've done is they've donated a van to us that was an Havana Group van. So they've given us that for nothing, and it means we've now got the minibus and the van, so we can do things in the community, we can take more guys out. It'll also be used by the street team, so we'll have all the street team gear in it, where we go out and about Friday to Sunday in the evening, speaking to anybody that's out and about in Drumchapel or in the city centre, and see if we can get them any help and support. So the van is going to help with that. We'll have it all kitted out now, and it'll just be ready for the guys to take out in the street team. So incredible generosity from people, and Stevie and Joe are absolutely brilliant with us, and Joe's on the board as well alongside you.
Yeah, Joe is quite new on the board, and since she's came on board, she's been dead active.
Yeah, definitely.
And in the board WhatsApp chat and doing email, so that's a great gesture by the Havana Group. So get following them on social medias and drop a wee message just saying thanks if you've got the time, guys. So
ideal. Any roofing problems, Keenan or Foley?
that's right, so we're doing it's roofing. I've actually got a roof at these. So I might ask Joe for a wee cheesy quaver. So we're going to go to another clip of guys at Glasgow University, Drumchapel Shopping Centre and Men Matter Scotland just telling us why they're amazing, and again continuing the theme of celebrating International Men's Day. So enjoy the next wee clip.
What makes you amazing in this life?
I actually don't know, because I'm still trying to figure even that one out. But I think I'm very good at doing stuff. I'm very good with my hands.
Good.
Because I do things like mechanical stuff, like dealing with mountain bike. I build stuff, and occasionally, but if I can, I just love going out there and just sitting out there and going fishing. Because it helps me to.
Did you say fishing?
Fishing. I love fishing. I've been fishing since the age of 18. I've been going them for years, and it's been one of the things that I can just sit there, relax, just open my mind and get a bit of fresh air into me.
Yeah. What makes you amazing in this life?
What makes me amazing? Black and proud.
My man.
I'm amazing because I changed the way I was, and I see it now in me definitely. I give myself praise a lot for sure, and now I want to even be even more better to go and give what the men matter gave to me to other people.
I'm amazing because I have 2 kids that make me proud every day. I've got a family who are healthy. Aye.
I'm amazing because I feel like I've got a bit of imposter syndrome when I walk in places, but I always just keep going, persevering. So
I'm amazing because I've came out the tunnel at the other end through struggling with mental health, and I can simply say it is beatable. And for the folk that are struggling out there, like, you can do it too. It's life. Yet again, life is amazing. Take each day as it comes, and it's not just a walk around the corner and that's you finished. Like, this is a journey, and it can be done.
I'm amazing because I am a Slovak Roma studying in University of Glasgow, and I feel amazing because there's not a lot of men or women from the Roma background that have this opportunity like I do, and also feel like I always help people even when I have my own things to do, and I think that's why I'm amazing.
I think I'm amazing because when growing up I never got told that I would make it to university. I've got told in school that I would be a joiner or be like someone in a trade, and I never really inspired to be something like that. I always kind of wanted to help people, and then obviously coming to university and being in this type of programme, working in the third sector, I think it kind of makes me feel like, do you know what I mean, I'm amazing for doing that. So yeah,
I'm amazing because firstly I have a healthy, I have privilege to be in a safe country, and I'm wake up every single day with my family. I have a family I love, and I know they care about me, so that's make me feel fulfilled and feel as a human being 100%.
So this is Paul. Paul is one of our staff here. We do have 2 Pauls, so this is Paul Travers. He's one of our staff here. And Paul, before we get into going to Clydebank and all that, first question we always ask, what's your battery at the day?
I'm now up at 85% after the talking group. Really good energy, really good kind of vibes and stuff, so it's really good.
Nice one, mate. So, as we previously discussed, you were out and about with Andy and Don the other day down at Clydebank Shopping Centre. You got a wee table out, put a banner up for Men Matter, had a board with 3 questions on it. How do you think people reacted when you asked them the questions?
Nervous. At first they were very nervous, very kind of closed off a wee bit. But as soon as they started talking, they were talking amazingly well and confidently, and they and myself forgot that there's probably about 100 odd people round about them, going about their day and stuff. And it was amazing to see the change from the first 10 seconds to then the next 2 minutes.
And that question, what's amazing about you, is difficult to answer, isn't it? I kind of think it's a Glasgow Scottish mentality that we don't want to put ourselves out there and we don't want to seem as if we're getting above our station, but people, you have to look inside yourself to find what's good. Do you think that was a question that people found most difficult?
Yeah, and it's certainly not the question I opened up with, or we wouldn't have as many good responses. So yeah, it was really difficult for them. And again, it was a long kind of pause and stuff before answering, but they all found something eventually.
And that's it, isn't it? Everybody has something that's good about them, but it's just about finding it and bringing it out, isn't it? I always believe that everybody does have something good about them. Everybody has a sort of super strength, but a lot of time we're not willing to see it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's easier getting feedback from other people, but when you try and give yourself feedback, it is hard. It is hard.
And what was your main takeaway from doing the chats with the guys?
Just good energy, just seeing that they're not alone and seeing that their problems and their things were shared when we were talking afterwards and stuff like that, and they actually kind of went away positive from the questions as well.
Yeah, it just gets people to check in with themselves, don't they, and hopefully have that positivity about themselves. Well, Paul, thanks very much, and we'll definitely be having you back on soon.
No, thank you very much.
So, Martin, earlier on we'll talk about the 3 questions we asked, right? And we've only covered 2 so far. So the next question is, what makes you amazing, Martin?
This is the difficult one. You could feel everybody sort of getting uncomfortable when they get asked this, but look, I talk about this a lot in my class, that we have to look inside ourselves and see what's good about ourselves, because if we don't do that, everything we do in the outside sort of falls away if we're not going to see inside that we do have self-worth. So I can't sit here and go, oh, nothing, but what makes me amazing, even though it is even difficult for me to answer, is that I got through what I got through, and I'm here and I'm trying to help people. So for me, the reason I do what I do is because I struggled at one point, and again, big football fan, but I was in a full football stadium and felt like the loneliest guy in the world. So the reason I do what I do is I don't want anybody to feel like that. So that is what drives me on here at Men Matter. So that's my why I do what I do, and I think that's what makes me amazing, is I don't want anybody to feel like I did. And I also think that I'm a good listener. When Men Matter, the main thing I can do, there's 1 of these and 2 of these, so you get 2 ears, so use them more than you use your mouth. So I try and listen to people, and I find that's the most empowering thing you can do to somebody, is listen to them, let them be heard, and see what's going on with them.
Totally agree, mate. Well said, man. I think that's one of your amazing attributes as well.
What about you?
So, what makes me amazing is I actually love answering this question, man. I'm class, mate. So, what makes me amazing, I think, is my willingness to learn. I'm totally open to being wrong about stuff, and I'm happy to be corrected and learn from people. I love learning from people. I love meeting people, and I think what it is about me is people seem to want me. I think I'm easy to get on with.
People gravitate towards you.
I think so. I think I've got a calm energy, and I think that's one of the amazing things about me, is how much a people person I am. And I think that helps with the line of work I'm in as well, working in the third sector, charities like Men Matter Scotland, G15 Youth Project, and I've got a vast network of other organisations who I've got a great relationship with. So
well, going to uni as well, not that you're old, at your age, could be daunting for people, but you're always willing to learn and try and get to the next bit. That wasn't a dig.
It's just for the camera. No, again, and that's what I mean by willingness to learn. So, again, I'm 43-year-old, I'm my 3rd year at Glasgow University. Hopefully I'll leave with an honours degree, if not a master's. Who knows where that will go. I'm loving it. But again, for me, it's about the people. I'm meeting loads of people who work in the third sector, I'm working in charities, and I'm learning loads from them. I'm learning loads for 21-year-olds, and I'm learning loads from people in their 50s as well, do you know what I mean? So I love that about myself. I genuinely love it, and it's something I'm well aware of, so that's what I think is amazing about me.
And it's that mentality as well of being open to learning, isn't it? Because you could go, I'm just a wee guy for Drumchapel, what am I going to do at uni? But you've earned your place there, and you go there and you try and learn, so it's incredible.
I think so,
you're out there doing it.
Well, I appreciate that, mate. And I think we can get back to the top of the schools earlier. When I was at school, it was never, university wasn't even spoken about when I was at school. I didn't even know what a university was when I was spoken about. The only time I read about universities, Martin, was when I was delivering my papers, and it always said in it, Britain's brightest kids go eating and stuff like that, and I thought, well, they must be dead smart. Turns out they're not, just turns out their mums and dads are loaded. So it's not the meritocracy they're trying to make it to be. It's very much a privilegeocracy, if that's even a thing. So on that note, Martin, think we've covered a lot on International Men's Day, and we hope every guy who watches this or listens to it acknowledges themselves why you're amazing. Just take a minute, ask yourself the question why you're amazing, and answer it again in your head or out loud. Just tell yourself why you're amazing, why you feel it, and if you're watching this, you want to tell a guy why they're amazing. Well, I've just done for my wee mate Jerry, why I think he's amazing for doing what he's done. Tell them. It's always nice to receive that, even if it's awkward to hear it. It's never bad hearing it for somebody who authentically means it.
Definitely, mate.
Okay?
Aye.
Nice one.
Pleasure as always.
That is, mate. Guys, see you on the next episode.